Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So as an older gamer, I do miss the good old arcade days where you could get some buddies together and four-man a good side-scrolling game for hours. Now hands down, one of the best side-scrolling games to play, in my opinion, was anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle had to offer. Now thankfully it looks like we will soon get a fresh take on a side-scrolling game based around the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise, and this new game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge. Now the release date is sometime this year. We don't have an exact date just yet. It will be released for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and the PC. Now the genre is of course a beat-em-up action side-scrolling game. Developer is Tribute Games and publisher is DotEmu. So yes, I am an 80s baby. Thankfully got to grow up around arcade games my whole life. So we tried to swing in the arcade, every weekend, even some days after school to get a couple hours in. One game that kept our interest was definitely the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game. Now, some 30 years later, I'm excited for the chance to relive some of my fondest memories as Tribute Games brings us TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Now this arcade style game looks like it jumped right out of the 80s and 90s. The music is spot on, the fighting styles are perfect, and the bosses like Krang and Bebop, Rocksteady, the Foot Clan, and of course Shredder brings me right back to Saturday morning cartoons. Now the overall look and feel of the game will really hit home to older gamers such as myself, while also appealing to the younger generation as the gameplay is still fast-paced and certain improvements like the ability to chain attacks together in a much more fluid method and the ability to revive knockdown teammates, among other things. So with Shredder's Revenge, we will be offered two ways to play. First, the arcade mode is meant to replicate the experience of the classic game with limited lives and the need to beat the game in a single sitting. The other mode is the story mode. In story mode, we will be allowed to trade in points for upgrades to HP, extra lives, new moves, and a special radical mode that temporarily powers up your character. The story mode also allows for optional challenges that can be completed within the stages. Now in Shredder's Revenge, not only do we get to choose from our 4 favorite ninjas, we can also choose to play as April O'Neil and Master Splinter. Each character will of course have their own distinct moves, attacks, and special abilities. The characters will also have access to 3 special attacks, a ground special, an air special, and a flying kick special. Now this reboot for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise will also see us battling across locations that we all know and love. The Turtles will fight from Manhattan to Coney Island, on city rooftops, and of course sewers as we attempt to best Shredder and his foot soldiers. The pixel graphics are vintage, while also looking sharp and suitable to the game. The developer tells us, and I quote, "Every character, vehicle, weapon, item, and background is directly inspired by the 1987 TV show, making you feel like you hopped into the television with a dope mix of killer humor and action-packed adventures." Now for me, I quickly jumped on Steam and wishlisted this one so I don't miss it. I'm looking forward to the game design that takes me back some 30 years prior, the beautiful pixel art style, the music that just fits perfectly with the game, but also has new and updated mechanics, and of course the ability to play with 4 others along the way. I think Shredder's Revenge is going to be a big hit, guys, and I look forward to it getting a release date in the near future.